What a fine display this has been from India, a spectacular comeback, and at the end of it, they have been able to win the game by, of course, 13 runs. What a good game this has been. Absolutely stunner. At one point, it looked like that India was dominating. Then again, Glenn Maxwell came into picture and tried to take Australia home, but then that wicket, and eventually India have not been able to seal the series, but even then they have been able to show as what they are capable of. 2-1 in favor of Australia, but I think we are in for something really good as we will enter into the T20I stages. Yuvraj, a good comprehensive win, even if the margin just looked 13. I think it has been a good performance by them.
It has been a complete performance. Actually, they fielded really well. They did drop a couple of catches, but overall, ground fielding was really good. Catching was, I think it was good. No, not the best of catching, as Shikhar Dhawan did drop a catch of Aaron Finch at standing at slip of Jasprit Bumrah. Then that cotton ball. But after that, it was all India. I think it did swing like a pendulum when Glenn Maxwell was batting, of course. But Jasprit Bumrah came into the attack, got Glenn Maxwell out, and almost sealed the game. But then Ashton Agar was at the crease. It looked like that Australia were in with a chance. But then Natarajan going for 17 runs in his eighth over and coming back really well in his ninth over. After that, Shardul Thakur bowling really well. So all the replacements today, they did well. So that is a bit of a concern for the selectors that the replacements have done well in the third game. So too little too late for India, but still a win is a win. They'll be going home happy. They'll be going back to the hotel really happy, not home. It's a long tour.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yuvraj, when we are talking about India, a couple of things to actually look at. One is a good prospect, as you said, T. Natarajan, how good he was today, playing his first game, that confidence into picture. And I think it has only been possible because of Indian T20 League and how he has been able to perform for Hyderabad. On the other hand, the way Shardul Thakur actually bowled in these conditions was really good to see because he was able to provide those breakthroughs. But let me tell you one more thing, Yuvraj. Kuldeep Yadav was able to make a mark which Yuzvendra Chahal was not able to do. And if we actually look at the bigger pictures, both teams have failed to chase.
Exactly, exactly. That's a good point. That's a really good point. So chasing has proved to be difficult in all three matches. Canberra has historically been a high scoring ground. We've seen scores of 370 plus, even 400 plus in one game. But today the pitch was slightly on the slower side. As I mentioned, I heard Shubman Gill saying, ball thoda ruk ke aa raha hai. That's exactly what he said. And I gauged after that the pitch is a little on the slower side. And still we got a 300 plus score. So the pitches are such nowadays that even if they are on the slower side, we're still getting 300 plus scores. Australia failed to chase it down. I think they were missing David Warner today. Whenever great players are missing from the side, your side is weakened a bit. Cameron Green did bat well, but I think David Warner is David Warner. You are unlikely to find a good replacement for him. India bowled really well. I think it was a crunch match. It was a good game. As I mentioned again before in the mid innings, I think this will go right down to the wire. It almost did. It almost did to the last over. But it was good to watch India closing the game. They have had trouble closing games in the past. 5 games in a row they've lost. Against New Zealand, they lost three in a row. Now against Australia, two. But it's good to have a win under your belt as the season is starting again. So let's hope India can continue the winning form in the T20s as well.
Absolutely. I think you have been able to make a point there because after 7 consecutive international match loss, they have been able to win one. And at times, that win one can help you to win seven and win more thereafter. I think me and Yuvraj were talking about even in the mid inning show that the momentum slightly tilted towards India after the way Hardik Pandya and of course Ravindra Jadeja played, and I think that has been the difference. Unavailability of David Warner was cherry on the cake, but you need runs on the board to back them up. And let me tell you, Hardik Pandya is just proving in every game that you need to believe in this guy. He's probably one of the best all rounders Indian soil has ever produced. We talk about Kapil Dev, we talk about other greats as well, but I think we have found a new Kapil Dev for this era. I don't want to say much or jinx it, but I think he deserves that much.
He does. I think he absolutely does. The way he's played a really mature innings. That's what I liked about Hardik Pandya's innings. He has been guilty of committing some mistakes while batting in the past, hurrying a bit, going too early. But this time he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly how he had to pace his innings, and he had a very ample supporter at the other end in the form of Ravindra Jadeja, who again did his antiques with the bat in the field today. And it was brilliant to watch how his batting has evolved and his quality has increased with the bat. It's been brilliant to watch actually how the lower middle order is contributing in India's winning causes. And again, it was the difference that one partnership, 150 of 108 deliveries, was the partnership between Ravindra Jadeja and Hardik Pandya, and undoubtedly it was a winning partnership.
Absolutely. What a performance this has been. We have been talking about it for a while. And now it's time for us to show you as what exactly happened in the second innings. And scorecard will be on your screen. 289 is what Australia managed in 49.3 overs. They couldn't bat all long because all 10 batsmen got out, and only Josh Hazelwood was there till the end. Marnus Labuschagne, of course, Aaron Finch started off the innings. Aaron Finch, once again, a good half century. Marnus, along with Steve Smith, did not trouble the scorers much and departed for single digits each. Both Moses Enriquez and Cameron Green got a start but couldn't continue. Alex Carey was a little unfortunate. And then Glenn Maxwell, what a show this has been for him. Three boundaries and four massive sixes, 59 of 38 deliveries for him. Ashton Agar, there was some hope when he was batting, and he was just showing that he is probably that player that you need after Glenn Maxwell. 28 of 28 deliveries, run a ball 28, but how important they were. They 28 runs were a difference where the heartbeat of an Indian fan went from a normal one to a high one when he was batting. Sean Abbott and Adam Zampa could contribute 4 runs each, but what a good bowling card this has been. Hardik Pandya was not utilized as a bowler, and that means all five bowlers were able to do what they have been asked for. Jasprit Bumrah, I said it before the start of the game, I said it yesterday as well. He was in my top picks, and he was there for a reason. 2 wickets there. Natarajan inclusion. What an inclusion this has been. 10 overs, 1 maiden, 70 runs, and 2 wickets. Shardul Thakur, another great performance by him. 10 overs, 1 wicket, 51 runs, and 3 important wickets. And then, of course, Kuldeep Yadav and Ravindra Jadeja managed a wicket each. And at the end of it, India has been able to win the game by 13 runs. What
I'd
a
like to
game.
actually pick up three or four players from this scorecard and talk about them. First will be, I think, starting with the batting of Australia, Glenn Maxwell. I again think that when he gets that national responsibility, he seems more mature. He gets maturity in his batting. He picked the right deliveries, 4 sixes for him, but it wasn't a reckless innings. It was a very mature innings again, as Hardik Pandya did. And then I'd again like to talk about T. Natarajan. What he showed was that he doesn't crumble under pressure. He can handle pressure. He doesn't look 29 years old. His face is very tiny. He looks very young. He's 29 years old, and he shows that with age comes experience, and he was able to handle pressure situations really well. Apart from that one over when he conceded 17, I think it was a smooth ride for him. And Shardul Thakur, I was really impressed with him. I think that one wicket that he got of Steve Smith strangled down the leg side. After that, he gained confidence. He gathered that steam that you need for a fast bowler. And after that, I think he bowled really well. He was really clever with his lines and lengths. That's why he got those wickets that he got. All the crucial wickets, I think Shardul Thakur was able to scalp them. And again, Kuldeep Yadav and Ravindra Jadeja, 1 wicket each. Everyone contributed again. And as I always say, when everyone contributes, when a team plays as a group, they're in a better position to win a game. That's exactly what happened, and it was a good performance as a group and as a huddle by India.
Absolutely. And I think now it's time to look at the best tweets of the game. The first one is coming from Fleming Penn. He says this is the importance of Jasprit Bumrah bowling under pressure. I have heard people saying that he does not take wickets much, but the thing is he creates pressure and others take wicket. Bumrah, Kohli, Rohit, Pandya are very important part of this team. Well, we totally agree to it. Agree to you, whatever you said. I just don't agree that people have said that he does not take wickets. He definitely takes wickets, and that is the reason he's so integral part of this team. Jasprit Bumrah is somebody that you need to believe time and again, day in day out, because he will produce those match-winning performances for you. And I think what a cracker of a performance once again, leading a young bowling attack. Navdeep Saini was out, Mohammad Shami was out, and then Natarajan came in, Shardul Thakur, and all eyes were on Jasprit Bumrah as how he is able to handle that pressure, because if he is not able to handle the pressure, the pressure actually goes on to the young guns. One is T Natarajan and the other one was Shardul Thakur. So all in all, I think it has been a good performance. The second tweet, Yuvraj, is coming from Arin Das. He's saying in today's Australia series, Jasprit Bumrah proves that he is a savior for Indian cricket by taking a wicket of Glenn Maxwell, and he's back in form as well. I've said a lot about Jasprit Bumrah, so I think two words from you on him.
I don't think he was out of form only. Just because of that, those two games, I think you judged him too early. That he wasn't in form, gave away too many runs. But yeah, I think solid performance again. You expect this from Jasprit Bumrah. That's why we're not talking much about him. That's why we're talking about the other guys in the team, whether it's Natarajan or Shardul Thakur or Hardik Pandya, because we know Jasprit Bumrah will always deliver for you. He's very reliable with the ball in hand, and that's why I think there is less talk about him because he does the talking with ball in hand, and you don't need to talk much about him. But Shardul Thakur and Natarajan were the pick of the bowlers in the bowling department, I think. Overall, a really good performance, excelling in all departments. It was really good to watch how India played. 2-1 it is in the end. Unfortunately, the series going to Australia. Now we move on to the T20 internationals, which will be starting no further than 4th December. So we'll be coming back very, very quickly. Don't go anywhere. This is Sports Tiger. Me and Vedant signing off. We'll see you again. Keep watching Sports Tiger. A lot of more action coming your way. See you again.